Hello and good morning. This is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I have a few minutes to spend with you today before my crazy day begins. And so I thought we would do a couple of different things. I thought I would show you some journals that I've been working on, as well as do a quick little project with some really pretty items from Craspire. I showed them to you the other week and I said I had a tutorial play with me, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to be making a simple wax seal journal cover. My glue gun is heating up. It's not actually wax seal. I'm using a glitter glue stick for this. So that's heating up and I'll show you that in a minute. But while we're waiting for that, let's do a flip through or two. This is a little French journal. I've been showing it to you over the past couple days and it's finished. So this is in the shop. And I'm going to do a flip through of this. And then if you wish to pre-order my next journal, I like to just give the option. This is Bold Botanicals, and it's just a single signature, but it is chunkier than I normally do it. This one is going to have like 88 pages, which normally I don't do that many. It just kind of happened. So I'm working on this one. It has lots of hand-dyed papers. Some really pretty. This is actually one of the journal pages from my new Made journal club that's coming up. I've coffee dyed it and I love how it turned out, but this one also is from it, except I put it upside down. It has purple roses and I coffee dyed it. But if you want to join that Made journal club, it's on the homepage of my website, nevermorecreations17.com. Would love to have you a part of that. You can find all the information over there. So Bold Botanicals is in the process, but it is for pre-order. If you know you want it, just send me an email and I'll get that to you. But this one's in the shop. This is a little French, and I'm calling that because this is French ephemera journal pages from digitalcollageclub.com. There's wallpaper on the spine. I kind of showed you this before. This is my porch prints, and then there's a little label. On the inside, we have 1950s encyclopedia pages. And this whole thing is kind of neutral, script, kind of just that type of vibe. If music be the food of love, play on. That's a graphic 45 stamp. These are a lot of vintage Image Club images. Lots of just neutral type colors, vintage papers, prints. This is my fruit ads paper pack. This was stationery. I want to say it's vintage. It's this from this Victorian embossed die cut stationery. It's reproduced, but I still don't know when it was reproduced, so it's possible that it was vintage. But anyway, really pretty stationery that I added in there. Wallpaper. These are from Vintage Image Club. I used a lot of papers that my mom gave me because she goes to estate sales and gets a lot of vintage papers or just filler papers. I tried to use up some of my stickers as well that were kind of along this same line. Lots of just creamy vintage colors. Joanne made this beautiful envelope. Love this. I knew this was the place for it. Lots of hand dyeing. Creamy botanicals. It's relatively simple, more from Vintage Image Club, but it's meant to be used. This is from my makeup background pages I did with Lonnie. A top loading pocket. Suggestion cards. I have these in the shop. They're nice and thick. They're really pretty to add into a journal. Coffee dyed book pages. More from Vintage Image Club, plus actual vintage ephemera put in here as well. This was from Happy Mail. I want to say that Ellie from Elsie Bell's bookshelf might have given me this, but I've had it a long time and I knew that it fit perfectly into this journal. We have vintage floral book pages. Playing card. I have some playing cards in the shop. Little Victoria Designs pocket. This was from Lonnie. I don't know if she ever actually put this in her shop or not. Art by Lonnie on Etsy. She asked me to print this out and see if it printed right. It's a little fine groceries booklet. And since I had that still printed out, I put it here. It's a little pouch. I really like how this flows. It was kind of calming to make because of all these vintage creamy colors. Wallpaper, My Porch Prints. Lots of chance to use bits and pieces that have been sitting around. Some really pretty stickers I've been hoarding. It's time to use. This bag I folded over and there's a bunch of ephemera in here. And then I've never done this before and I really liked it. The other side of the bag, instead of just cutting it this way, I cut it like I would the corner of a tag and a cross. So it made a top loading pocket, and then I could stuff ephemera in there. This is an actual vintage postcard. Isn't it beautiful? But I love the cream and the script, and that went really well. Journal card I made. Vintage children's card. Project Life. This is a really neat, I don't know what it is. I got it in Happy Mail, but I knew this was the place for it. Folds down. I added this vintage botanical, some washi. You can stuff things in there. And then this little burlap bag is attached. And there's ephemera inside the bag as well. Love my typewriter stamp. Had to use that. Washi collage. And then I used my Tim Holtz Oxide, Distress Oxide Walnut Stain to get the effect I wanted on my bright white library card. So that is this one. There are 3 signatures. I think it's really pretty. So that's in the shop. All right, I think my glue gun is, yes, it is heated up. And we are going to do a quick little project together. These are from Craspire. I will have the links and a coupon code below. They sent me 2 packs of this metallic cardstock, and it's a nice thickness. See how pretty and shiny that is? And I got this green handle for my wax seal, and then I got a little hedgehog and dandelion wax seal, which, you know, I just thought of now. The dandelion would go really well with my new kit, Dandelion Polka. And if you haven't seen Dandelion Polka, check that out in my shop. But look at these gorgeous metallic paper colors. There's like bronze, gold, pink, blue, purple, white, teal. I mean, they're gorgeous. And so this is easy peasy. It's like 2 steps. But sometimes we don't think of the simple because we're so focused on how elaborate can I make something, that sometimes we just need to do something simple and sweet and cute and easy. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to choose this light pale pink metallic cardstock and move the rest out of the way. To create my cover, all I'm going to do is fold it in half. I will measure it. These seem long to me, and I have to decide if I want to trim at all. Nope, it's fine. As long as I'm within 9 by 6, I don't worry about it. So that is going to be the cover. Thick enough, pretty enough. It needs no reinforcing. It's super metallic. And all I'm going to do is put this wax seal here in the corner. That's it. Because it's going to be an adorable notebook. So later today, sometime in the next week, I'm going to sew in some hand-dyed papers and list this in my shop, just as a notebook. But you can make, this is something you can mass make for birthdays, Christmas, for students, for teachers' gifts. It does not have to be complex. If you have coffee dyed paper or any kind of paper you love, parchment paper, whatever paper you love, I'm just going to take 10 to 12 sheets, fold them in half, and pamphlet stitch or sewing machine stitch them in. But I've got a glue gun here, and it's stuck on something, so give me a sec. This is one I bought on Amazon. It's the Mr. Pen brand, but I got it because of the thin tip. I really don't feel like you need a thin tip when you are using glue sticks with a wax seal. The only two things I found that consistently work for wax seals are either the wax beads or the glitter glue sticks. I've tried other things like crayons and they don't work. I mean, they might, but they might just make a big mess. So this is easier because I don't actually have to start a flame. And if you saw as much paper that I have around me, I don't really want a flame here right now. So I'm going to, and I probably have a different color in the nozzle than I do the bronze up here. I think it might be a blue. I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to put a ton. You can see a little bit of the bronze is coming through, which is going to be gorgeous. I'm going to take my cute little hedgehog, make sure I'm oriented right, because it does have an up and a down. Some of them are just patterns and it doesn't matter. And now I'm going to just wait a minute for it to dry. I brought my silver metallic color pen. These are also from Craspire. They sell these in different colors. And this is really great, especially if you have a detailed, like I have a glitter glue. That hedgehog image is just going to hide in all that glitter and you're not going to see it. I mean, not really, not unless you're focusing right up close. So once this cools and I can remove this, then I can just take that silver and lightly color over the top of the hedgehog and it will pop right out. And so as you can see, you can just kind of mass make these, get all your papers folded, and then, you know, you can do your glue or your wax pour, stick down your wax seal and do it next. I was that type of person initially that was like, I don't need more than one handle for my wax seals. I'll just untwist them because they twist off, they twist on, not a problem. But I'm starting to get slightly obsessed because Craspire has the most beautiful handles. They really do. And last month I showed you the amethyst handle I got from them. Oh my word, I'm obsessed. And then I loved it so much that I asked for this green one that they sent me. I think it's just like a wood that's painted, but it's a really pretty like pear green color. And so I'm starting to kind of amass a few more handles because I think I want to actually set out a collection. Right now, they're just in a little container by my desk, but I think I want to set out a collection to look at eventually. All right, I'm going to see. I think this is good. Carefully pop it off. And as you can see, it is a perfect circle, a perfect seal, but you cannot see the little guy at all. I mean, if I tilt it, I'm like, something's there, but if I didn't know it was a hedgehog with a dandelion, I don't think I'd know it was a hedgehog with a dandelion. So that's where this comes in. And you don't have to worry too much about it. Just don't press heavily because it's only going to put the marker onto the raised area. So just kind of know sort of where it is, and then it'll just fill in and you'll be able to see the whole thing. I also have a gold one that I got from them, and I love the gold one as well. Super cute. All right, so you can see the little dude. He's so cute. And this is just a simple, you can see it's not going anywhere. I was making sure it actually adhered to the metallic paper. And that's it. Now, I might take my silver and just lightly brush it as I would an ink pen or an ink pad on the edge. Not necessary, but that's just, it's bugging me because I normally do something like that. And then that silver, then all I'm going to do later on, not in this video or anything, but I'm sure you'll see it again if you follow my channel and subscribe, is I will turn it into a little notebook, and I'll either give it as a gift or list it in my shop or use it myself. I mean, that didn't take long, but the trick is in buying the high quality paper, and it being metallic. It's super pretty. And then the gorgeous wax seal. So I hope you'll check that out. I also have these little bags from Craspire, and I could stick it here on the back inside. I probably will do that. So they have a little pouch. let's do that while I'm at it. I'm going to trim this top part off because I don't really want to fold it over. I just want a place for them to stick receipts or whatever. And then I'm going to grab a little glue stick. And then, wow, this is an old glue stick. It's all gummy. It's been sitting in here for who knows how long. I think it'll still work. Maybe. Oh my. Check your glue sticks. But I just decided to do this at the end. So I can go back in with a different glue if that poor old glue stick doesn't stick. Go. And then I've got a little bag in the back that they can tuck things in. And I'll stick in my pages, and there is an adorable little cover. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with lots more goodness, lots of journals that will be listed, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.